The Portland Trail Blazers are building something special. You look around the NBA right now, and the common thing among all teams that are trying to make deep runs into the playoffs is guard play. Yes, they traded a top three-point guard in the NBA away in Damian Lillard, but they are building a nice young guard trio of Scoot Henderson, Anfernee Simons, and Shayon Sharp that could be the next big thing for the next 10 years in the NBA, with Simons being the oldest, going on 25. They also bring in DeAndre Ayton, a nice young big. They have Jeremy Grant, who they just locked up long term. We'll talk about that. They also have Chris Murray, the brother of Keegan Murray, and Ryan Rupert from the NBL. So we're going to talk about all of this and more here in today's video. Like I said, I think this Blazers team is being built very nicely. So make sure you stick around for the full video. Hit the like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you are enjoying at any point. As you can see here, a lot of people are not subscribed to the channel. Let's try to fix that. Hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 10K by the time the season starts, and that's in about 5 days. So we got to hurry up. Now, let's take a look at the new big three here in Portland. No more Dame, CJ McCollum, and Jusuf Nurkic. It is now Scoot Henderson, Shaedon Sharp, and Anfernee Simons. Let's break them down here individually, starting with the one with the most potential. And we're talking about Shaedon Sharp, who has all of the potential in the world. Now, I know the stats don't jump off the screen at you with 10 points per game, 3 rebounds, 1.2 assists as a rookie. But remember, the dude came straight from really high school. He's been the first player to come from high school in a while, since probably Anfernee Simons, to come in and have a positive impact on the NBA. 47% from the field, 36% from three. Really impressive numbers as a rookie. I mean, you look around the league at guards, and you don't see many of them shooting at that high percentage from the field or from three, especially not ones that skipped out on their senior year of, their freshman year of college. Per 36 numbers look good as well. 16 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. I mean, the dude looks good all around. 0.8 steals, 1.7 turnovers. 20 years old this year. I'm very excited for Shaedon Sharp. I cannot wait to see how good he gets, because I had him at number 2 in that draft class on my big board, ahead of Paulo Banchero. So, questionable, but hopefully he doesn't make me look dumb. Now, the best all around right now is definitely Anfernee Simons. He averages 21 points a game, 4 rebounds, 2.6 assists a night. Simons he's a monster out there. 45% from the field, 38% from 3 in 35 minutes, and that was the second option behind Damian Lillard. He has really grown and learned from Dame over his time here in Portland, and has become the heir apparent to the throne. Now, Dame shot it 21 times per game last year from the field, so you'd have to expect that Simons, who shot it about 16 times from the field per game last year, gets at least 4 or 5 more shots a night. So you're looking at, maybe 5 more points a game this year. 90% from the free throw line as well. I wanted to point that out as a 24-year-old. Very impressive. You can tell he's really been learning from Dame, and I think Simons, he takes off this year. You also have Scoot Henderson here, who has the highest ceiling of any player in this draft class. 16.5 points a game, 6.8 assists, and 5.3 rebounds per game last year for Scoot in the G League. Remember, he joined the G League as a junior in high school. I think he was the pick of the draft as well, because, of course, Victor Wembanyama, but everybody knew that was going to happen. The Blazers thought they were going to have to trade up to get Scoot, but they end up getting him at number 3. Of course, the Hornets, Brandon Miller, I think he'll be good, but I think the best overall value in this draft was Scoot at 3. 31 minutes per game for him in the G League Ignite, 43% from the field, 1.1 steal. Now, there are some question marks, 27% from 3 being one of them, 3.4 turnovers per game, but like we have seen with other guards coming out of the G League Ignite, specifically Jaden Hardy, he shot it very good from 3 his first year in the league, and I think it's because of the three-point line being the full NBA distance. He's already had almost 2 years of that. Now, the old man in this point guard rotation is Malcolm Brogden, who is on the other side of 30, 15 points a game, 4.2 rebounds, and 3.7 assists per game for Brogden last year. He was very good for the Celtics with what he did. Coming off the bench, 49% from the field, 44% from 3 in only 26 minutes per game. And like we said, he got rewarded for being so good off of the bench with the NBA Sixth Man of the Year trophy last year. So moving on from him will be tough for Boston, but I think it's a good get for Portland. He can be a nice mentor in that point guard room, and can kind of show the ropes to the other guys while taking a backseat role. Now, the Blazers also have a new front court consisting of DeAndre Ayton and the Time Lord Robert Williams, who averaged 8 points per game, 8.3 rebounds, and 1.4 assists per game last year for the Boston Celtics. Celtics moving on from a couple of fan favorites this offseason, but in 24 minutes per game last year, he averaged 1.3 blocks, which was down from 2.2 the year prior, and shot at 74% from the field, mainly lobs. Not much of an offensive threat. DeAndre Ayton, on the other hand, averaged 18 points, 10 rebounds, 1.7 assists per game. He had a very solid season. He shot at 59% from the field, 30% from three, but not high enough volume to really put any weight behind that. And then about a block per game for him as well. And then in the front court, they also have Jeremy Grant, who, of course, came over to the Blazers last season. 5-year, $160 million extension for him. So they could be regretting that a little bit after trading Dame. But, oh well. 20.5 points a game, 4.5 rebounds for Grant last year. Very solid stat line. And, we'll see. We'll see what they do with him going forward. I think they keep him around just because, solid veteran player. They can go for 20 a night, but we'll see. They also have a couple of very enticing rookies here. Ryan Rupert, who we talked about, has some of the best defensive potential in the class. And then you also got Chris Murray, who is a lot like his brother Keegan. I mean, they're identical twins for a reason. I really wasn't sure how he kept sliding in this draft, but oh well. Now, let's take a look at the lineups here. Starting five, this is what I would go with. Yes, Shaedon is on the bench. Yes, Time Lord is on the bench. But honestly, it's a pretty good lineup here in Portland, given that they just traded away their best player and are now in a rebuild. You've got Scoot and Anfernee Simons in that backcourt. That's one of the best young backcourts in the league automatically. You got Matisse Thybulle, who they bring back on a steal of a contract, elite defender, and can knock down the three ball. You got him manning the small forward position. You got Jeremy Grant at the 4, like we said, a guy that can give you 20 points a night. And then you 4.5 rebounds as well. You also have DeAndre Ayton down in the paint. I think this is a very well-rounded lineup. We'll see how well Ayton can play. There was rumors, speculations, and stuff going on while he was on the Suns. Hopefully, none of that has any truth to it, and he can have a big-time year for this Blazers team. Looking at the bench, it's definitely not a weak spot. You've got Shayon Sharp as the sixth man of the year, potentially. I think he's going to come in. He's going to have that green light to just absolutely cook off the bench. Like we said, a guy that's got all the potential in the world. He's got all the tools, athleticism, shooting, rebounding. He can do it all. And then you got Rupert, you got Chris Murray, the two rookies. We'll see if they play right away or if they go with a more veteran presence there off the bench. But then you got the sixth man of the year in Malcolm Brogden, or reigning sixth man of the year, potential sixth man of the year this year with Shaedon Sharp, and the reigning sixth man of the year with Malcolm Brogden. So both of those guys should be very good off the bench. And then you also have Robert Williams, like we said. I'm really liking the way that the Blazers have put this roster together. Again, you look around the NBA right now, all the teams that are contenders have multiple guards that can go out and get it done, or multiple wings that can also go out and get it done, but, kind of act as scoring guards. So, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Like I said, I'm rocking with the Blazers. I think this could be a team that surprises some people, but, if we're being honest, they probably don't make the playoffs this year. Definitely a rebuilding year, so we'll see next year what happens, but I think this year, bit of a rebuilding year. You let Shaedon develop, you let him cook, you let Scoot develop, you let him cook. Matisse Thybulle's still young, DeAndre Ayton's still young. Grant, he's still got a few years left. Overall, this is a young team with a lot of potential and a lot of upside going forward. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. Like I said, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Make sure to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. We're only 50 subscribers away from our goal, which was 10K by the time the season started. And with all that being said, thanks so much for watching today's video.